Live and direct. It's Sway in the morning.
Right here on Shade 45.
Eddie George has joined us. Man, one of the most powerful people to ever carry a ball in the NFL. Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
Played for the Titans. Played for Dallas, too, right?
1 year with Dallas.
Yeah, that was
1 year.
Yeah. You didn't even play the full season, right?
I've been playing like 5 games for them.
You didn't really like it there. No, I'm just, well, you know, you saw the jacket I wore when I walked in this morning.
I feel you. I see you're a Raider fan. Huh? I grew up in Philadelphia, so I grew up an Eagle fan. Now, of course, I'm a Titans fan. That's where my allegiance lies right now.
Okay.
So,
well, you know, we won't fight today, man, because I know that's not what you're about anymore.
oh no, you can't fight because the Raiders suck.
God damn.
What is there to fight about? There's nothing to talk about.
Preach.
I mean, y'all got a long way to go here, man. Y'all got a long way to go to get back to excellence.
Yeah,
commitment to excellence.
You know, and it's thank you. And coming from a Titan fan, you know, I'm sure I could take a cue from your book of success, being a Titan fan. How far did y'all go this past year?
You know what? The same place y'all went.
We partied
We're
together.
at the top of the draft pick too. You got early draft picks too.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you must be hitting the bottom of the barrel when a Titan fan tell you your team sucks. Anyway, Eddie George is here, man.
Yes.
Hey, man, it's always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
I've seen you over the years. I was a big fan of your football career.
Yeah.
And I'm even more intrigued by what you're doing post-football career, what you've been able to accomplish. I know you got your MBA, right?
Yeah. I went back to school actually 5 years ago. Man, it went by fast. I graduated, went to Kellogg, Northwestern, got my MBA because I felt like I wanted to become a better businessman, understand the components of business. I have a landscape architecture firm. For the last 10 years, and there were some things I felt like I was missing out on, so I wanted to take advantage of that and really expand the brand, take advantage of it, leverage it, and figure out ways how I can build an enterprise. Wow. And so I decided to go back to school and get that. And like I mentioned, when I left the game of football, it was like stepping into the twilight zone, literally, because for so many years, since the age of 11, 12, every September, you know, you smell that fresh cut grass. You knew it was time to get back on the football field, and it was time again. And that ended for me at the age of 31. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I knew. And I prepared for myself financially, and I was doing other things, but nothing can prepare you for when your life purpose at that particular time is over.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And now you're stepping into a new realm, a new being, and you have to resurrect yourself, and you have to go through that process. And I was able to come out on the other side through the arts. Yeah. So I said, you know what? If it's television, I'm going to get into. If it's acting, then I want to learn the bones, the bare bones. So I got into theater, and through theater, I was able to channel that frustration, that fear, the doubt, the hurt that I had when I missed the game of football. Yeah. And I just fell in love with it. And then one thing fell into another, and then I got into Shakespeare, then I started doing plays. I did Top Dog, Underdog, a two-man play by Susie Laurie Parks.
The one Mos Def did that one,
yeah,
right?
Mos Def and Jeffrey Wright and Don Cheadle.
You took on that?
Oh, yeah, I did that, 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And then I jumped into Julius Caesar, and then I did Othello this past winter with the Nashville Shakespeare Festival in Tennessee this past January. So it's been an amazing ride, man.
Real quick, I'm going to take a couple of calls. Charles in Ohio. Say hello to Eddie George. Go ahead, Charles.
Eddie George, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. You from Columbus?
Actually, I'm from Dayton.
Dayton, okay.
Yep, but still Ohio State fan.
My man.
Okay. Actually, my question was, with today's game and all the concussions and things, would you allow I don't know if you have children or whatever, but would you allow a child of yours to play the game today, knowing that most of these coaches are really just fathers who happen to have the time to coach?
Yes, actually I have 2 sons. My oldest will be 17 this March. He plays football at the Mather. They just won a state championship. Phenomenal team. So, yes, he's playing, and my youngest is 8 years old. He's begging me to play, but I think he's too young. So I think there's a threshold. I think for any young man that wants to play the game of football, I think right around the age of 13, because you have to understand that at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, their brains are still developing, and I don't want to hinder that, because it is a dangerous game. And you got these coaches out there that their fathers hadn't hugged them enough. Yeah. And they want to, live vicariously through these kids, and they put out all their venom on them. And, I think you said Friday Night Tykes. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, come on, man. I'll be out there fighting somebody doing it to my baby. So
it's especially in Little League, you might not think it's dangerous, but Eddie, my football legacy.
Oh, gosh. I knew that's where it was going.
But it's Go ahead, we relate to each other. I played cornerback and eventually moved to linebacker. And at 9 and 8, man, I was running as fast as a 19-year-old, and I was, kind of a little tank, and I was hitting these kids, man, and I felt bad for their parents.
For the parents rocking them.
I'm just rocking their kids, man. So I'm sure there's a few injured grown men today. What, Heather?
Since you shared the beginning of your career with Eddie, you want to tell them how it ended?
How it end?
I'm just the Pee Wee Raiders.
Somebody knocked the snot out of him.
Nah, that never happened, Eddie George. I went to track instead. So,
smart man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Eddie George is going to do Othello for us right now. Is this Othello?
This is MacBeth.
MacBeth. Okay, MacBeth.
I mean, I could do Othello if you want me to. You want to do it together, or you want me to do Othello? You tell me.
Yeah, just do Othello.
Damn, haters.
I don't want to tarnish the moment.
All right. Now I gotta dig deep for this one. Most potent, grave, and reverend seniors, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have taken away this old man's daughter, it is most true. True, I have married her. The very head and front of my offending hath this extent no more. Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. For since these arms of mine had 7 years' pith till now some 9 moons wasted, they have used their dearest action in the tented field. And little of this great world can I speak more than pertains to feats of broil and battle, and therefore little shall I grace my calls in speaking for myself. Yet, by your gracious patience, I will a round, unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic for such proceeding I am charged withal. I won his daughter.
Wow. Man.
Eddie George, man.
Bars, son.
Bars, son. Hey, that was off the top of the head.
It's off the top, right? You like
that? All right, man. How can people see you perform this?
Well, it's over now.
Yeah.
I did it back in January. You can catch some clips tonight of me actually starting from the very beginning of the play, where I was doing it in meter.
Yeah.
I aim at pentameter, and just getting the words in my bones, and that's how you memorize and all that.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the near future, maybe it's here in New York on Broadway. I don't know. I would love to do it again. But I'm definitely going to get back on the stage again and do it. So the next performance I'll do, I'll come back up on here and promote the show.
Cool.
You're listening to Sway in the morning on Shea 45.